and beyond. By today's event, we have not only taken the participation of the rest of Africa into cognizance, but the participation of our brothers and sisters from the Caribbean, such as Barbados, Trinidad and Tobago, Jamaica, etc., and from the Americas, countries like Brazil, Haiti, Cuba, and even Mexico. I'm therefore proud to say that African cultural heritage is being showcased worldwide through the hosting of this African Drum Festival. It is evident that the thrust of this year's edition of the African Drum Festival is to showcase our culture through drums. Of course, we've been told, and clearly that is it, that drums remain one of the binding chords of African culture. Of course, we've seen several of these drums, and everywhere you go, of course, there's no nation that you will not see, particularly we Africans, that you will not see drums playing a very significant role in their daily life. As Africans, we cannot afford to let others interpret our culture for us. It is our own responsibility to live our culture. Drums is a means of communication. Truly, in fact, drums is like going into using Google, using the internet, and using all of those. Because those days, our forebears, they used drum to communicate. Indeed, at the sound of one drum, you know what it means. During war, during festivities like this, they use drum for a lot of things. And that is why for us in Ogun State, we will continue to make sure that this African Drum Festival will not only be sustained, but it will achieve and reach that world-class status, that it will be calendared. And I want to thank the Honorable Minister for Information and Culture. He has told us that even in the Nigerian cultural calendar, Ogun State African Drum Festival will be listed. So thank you. We really cannot wait for this to be done. Kabiyesi, thank you. Kabiyesi reiterated the fact that Ogun State is noted for many first. Today, just like what we did in 2016, of course, we are creating another first in the annals of Nigeria tourism and culture. And in the like manner, let me reiterate that the hosting of this African Drum Festival will, among several other benefits, further highlight our interest in our culture. It will expose the area of talent, and you've seen several of them here, and we are going to steal them for 3 days that are domiciled in Nigeria here, in the continent of Africa, and indeed the world over. Let me confirm that we have continued to witness the impactful effect of the previous edition of the Drum Festival in our lives as individuals and collectively as a nation. Apart from the electrifying performances from a large number of troops from different places, different states, different countries, the festival has been a rallying point for a collection of people with artistic dexterity. We continue to see the emergence of female drummers who equal their male counterparts in drumming prowess. It is therefore not surprising that our previous editions were greeted with glee, glamour, and loudest ovation from the participants. More than ever before, this year's event will not only be a delight to experience and witness, but the effects will reverberate for many more years to come. Of course, we have about 20 of our states, and of course, you've seen them. We have more than 70 of private troops, and those are brothers and sisters from the continent and Africa and beyond. We have 15 of them with us. We thank all of you, and the intellectual community will not be left behind. And that is why we have Professor Wole Soyinka in our midst. He was here with us last year, and he did promise that he's going to assist to put some intellectual bent into what we are doing. I'm happy to say and to note that tomorrow, Professor Wole Soyinka will be hosting all of us. We will all be there. We're there. We are going to join in that hosting all of you to a wonderful, I think, conference. In the conference, there will be a lot of things that will happen. Workshop, exhibition, several things, symposium, a lot roll into one at the Olumo ground, because we are going to climb. and we are going to play. We are going to perform on Olumo Rock itself. So very early tomorrow, we will be starting, I think very early. We are going to start by 10 sharp. So by 9, all road leads to Olumo. So that by 10, we will start in good time. The general acceptability of this festival is evidenced by the presence of all our fathers. Indeed, I cannot help but appreciate, of course, the depth of our traditional rulers. And I've listened attentively to all that our KBC told us tonight. I'm still going to find time and tap from those several things that I know that the good Lord has endowed you with. So thank you. Drum and drumming are pivotal to our very existence of human life, particularly here in Nigeria and in Africa. So there's hardly any African seated who has not been celebrated one way or the other with the beating of the drums. So, ladies and gentlemen, African drums have not only been a good form of communication, but also a powerful instrument of entertainment among the various tribes. They were often used to signal meetings, like the guarding of a town hall meeting. They signify the alertness of dangers, the beginning or end of war, a prelude to peace, etc. Aside from their relevance during festivities, occasions, and ceremonies, drums, among others, perform social, economic, and spiritual function. For instance, certain drums symbolize and protect royalty and are often housed in sacred abodes. Bedu drums and some other special drums like that are only beaten when maybe we are coronating our KBC, our traditional rulers. The popular Nigerian drums, there are many, so don't let me bore you with details. There are several of these drums, and I'm sure that we are going to savor talented drummers. There are very many here. We are going to enjoy all of them. Let me say that in rounding up, that each year we will be bringing different innovations such that we will be longing year in, year out to want to come to witness the Ogun State African Drum Festival. Of course, in Ogun State, we have several of these tourist sites. And I'm sure that before you go, we will find a way to go around and see in all the three senatorial districts of Ogun State. Eminent personality here seated, I'm delighted to inform you that what you have observed in the past 2 years is just a tip of the iceberg, as this edition, the very third edition, is bigger and richer in content than the previous edition. By the end of this year festival, I have no doubt that we will not only have been entertained, educated, and better informed about African culture and history, but we will have enlivened our souls with exciting performance from all our invited artists. Let it be told that the African Drum Festival has not only come to stay in our dear state, but will be bequeathed to the next generation and indeed generations yet unborn as a way of advancing the uniqueness and custom, tradition, and cultural heritage. Once again, on behalf of the government and the entire good people of our dear state, Ogun State, I appreciate all our special guests, our artists, our drummers, our dancers, our singers, and all other participants from Nigeria, Africa, and indeed beyond, for taking time out of their tight schedule to grace to be part of this 2018 African Drum Festival here in Abeokuta, Ogun State, Nigeria. I equally commend all the organizers and all of those who in one way or the other have played positive roles in the successful hosting of this program. Kábíyèsí, ẹ ṣeun o, ẹnu wa ò gbọpẹ́ o, gbogbo ọ̀rọ̀ tẹ́ ti sọ fún wa, a ti gbọ́ o, a tún máa fi ṣe wa hù. Gbogbo àdúrà tẹ́ ṣe fún wa, Olúwa mú lọ sílẹ̀ àṣẹ o. Thank you for your kind words. Thank you for all that you are doing for us. And to the good people of Ogun State, I really cannot thank you enough. We promise that we are going to work till the last day. So, it is therefore It is therefore with a sense of